it. So let's move on to our next segment. I'm really lucky to have a couple of very cool guests here from Mad Science, Rockin' Renee and Genius Jessie. Thank you for being here, guys. I'm really excited to have you. This is excellent. So tell me, we all know what science is, but what is Mad Science?
Well, first, Jess, let me just say thank you so much for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
It's a pleasure to be here. Mad Science is a very fun way to present science to children so that they're really going to retain the information but have a really good time doing it. Because we all know that sometimes in school science can get a little boring, but we just make sure that we present it in the most fun way possible so the kids can really have a great time.
Yeah, and you were telling me that you didn't used to like science, but nowadays you love it because it's more fun to you.
Right, well, growing up, you know, and then taking it in school, I mean, unless you had one of those really awesome science teachers, it would get lost on me a little bit and then just kind of dull. And working in Mad Science just gives you a whole new appreciation for it because it's so fun and you realize all these things that you can do with science that are just really mind-blowing.
Oh,
and we're going to take a
definitely.
look at those things today.
I'm really excited about that. So tell me, what is the goal of Mad Science?
Well, the mission of Mad Science really is to spark imaginative learning in children, just by presenting them with a fun and interactive way to observe science, but also presenting them with clear information that they can really retain.
I love that. That is really excellent. So say, kids were going to one of your events or a birthday party or something that you're throwing, what should they expect?
Well, at a lot of our events and birthday parties, basically it's a 45-minute to an hour of entertainment, and basically what we do is we do different types of science experiments, very hands-on, where the kids, get to come up and either learn about electricity or polymers or all kinds of fun science expressions, and at the end of it, they'll make something like a cup of slime that's really gooey and stretchy, and they'll get to bring it home and play with it and everything like that. But normally we're about also doing a lot of educational things too, like we go to different schools and provide one-hour workshops, and if like a PTA mother or one of the people who are involved in the school district want to get us into our school, they would just have to call like Mad Science and we could bring in basically a full hour of entertainment for them to learn something with too.
That's awesome. That was going to be my next question. How can people take advantage of Mad Science?
Well, basically we do all different types of programs. We have a lot of satellite programs that we're doing, and we're partners with Applebee's right now. Actually, the one in Mamaroneck on Mamaroneck Avenue over there. Yeah, so we do birthday parties there, and we also do a few after-school programs. And we also work with kiddie parties, Greenberg Nature Center, House of Fun, and we also do a couple of things at Little Scoops too. But mainly, if you want us to come to your house or to your school, we're able to do that also.
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah. And so what age range would you say this is really suited for?
Basically, we work with children 3 to 12, so we start at pre-K and we go all the way up to 12 years old. And basically, the best way to take advantage of us would be to go and check us out this summer, because we have tons of really fantastic camp program runnings that are going to be just so much fun.
It sounds like you guys have excellent stuff going on, and it sounds like it's so much fun. Would you say that your most fun thing is to work with slime, is to work with dry ice? What is your most fun thing?
It's so hard to pick the one fun thing. I mean, we do dry ice is always a blast. And speaking of a blast, we do rocket launches at birthday parties, which are just awesome to see. You never get tired of that. And I tell you, like we said, we work with children as young as 3 and as old as 12. But I got to tell you, when I do a rocket launch or a dry ice experiment, I have adults coming up to me going, that was great. So the slime is obviously a lot of fun for that, but it's hard to pick that one thing, because Mad Science has so many cool things to offer and to show.
I really like what you guys are doing. So do you think you guys could take me into the lab and show me how you guys get down and do some of your science experiments?
Of course, yes.
I'm so excited.
All right.
Okay, so now we're going to go do some science experiments. Check us out. All right, so here we are in the lab. Let's go, guys.
And thanks for having us, Jess. Today we're going to be doing a few demonstrations using dry ice.
Okay.
And for our viewers at home that don't know anything about dry ice, it's quite different from the ice we get from our freezers.
Definitely.
Mostly the main difference being that this can never be a liquid, this can never be water. This is a frozen form of carbon dioxide gas.
No kidding.
Yes, absolutely. And it's much, much colder than the ice we get from our freezers. This is 109 degrees below zero. So that's why we use big safety gloves.
I noticed you have the gloves on. So if I grab this, what will happen?
What will happen is you will instantly, within seconds, get frostbite, and it's not fun. So we do not encourage anybody to ever do that. But what we can do is show you some really fun stuff using our dry ice, and that's what we're going to do right now.
Well, today we have a bunch of different experiments all set up, and right here is one of our flasks. This is our bubble flask, and what we're going to do is take a frozen piece of our dry ice and add it into our flask. Right here, and instantly you're going to see a reaction. Now, there's all different types of reactions that can happen in science, but one of the reactions is actually bubbling up because the gas is inside of here. And when it mixes with a little bit of, yeah, definitely. When it mixes with a little bit of soap and water, it makes a really cool, fun, awesome bubbling potion.
This is so cool.
And you can even blow it around too and have lots of fun with it, or even put it on somebody's head if you want to.
I love it.
But sometimes you can do a different type of chemical reaction if you were to add a little bit of dry ice into water, because when you add dry ice into something hot, it makes the process of sublimation happen faster. Now, the process of sublimation is when a solid turns into a gas. So normally this ice is a big block of solids, and we crushed it up a whole bunch for today. But when we add it into our flask right here, it starts the process of sublimation and turning from a solid block of ice into this really awesome fog-like gas.
And that is a gas.
Yep.
That is what is sublimation. That's so interesting. My gosh, science is really cool, huh?
Yeah. Definitely.
Now, when we add dry ice to our regular water that doesn't have soap in it, just like we would add ice to our regular water at home to cool it, it cools it a lot faster. But another thing that it does is actually changes the taste a little bit, because we are actually carbonating the water now, and it's going to taste like seltzer, which is just carbonated water. So if you would like, Jess, would you like to open wide and get a taste of dry ice?
Absolutely.
All right. So as you can see,
Yum, 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 yum.
yum, yum, yum.
That is really good.
It really tastes kind of like you're just getting a big breath of seltzer water.
And it's really good and refreshing.
And
One more?
It's really fun. Oh, absolutely. Feel free.
That's awesome.
Now, some other tricks that we can also do with dry ice is we call this our bubbleatron. And inside of here, again, we also have some hot water inside of here. And once we take this cap off, which it's on a little bit tight, once we take this cap off right here, we'll add our dry ice again to create the process of sublimation one more time.
Okay.
And you guys will see it starting up really quickly and bubbling over. Then we'll cap it with the top here. And inside of here, we have a little mixture of a little bit of soap and a little bit of water. And when we place our bubbleatron on top of it, it makes really awesome, huge bubbles. And you can even drop them on your head. I'll drop one on Jesse's head too. Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
But what are the bubbles filled with? This is so cool.
The bubbles are actually filled with the sublimation. It's the carbon dioxide that was frozen in a block before. And once we add it into the water, it speeds up the process so much that it starts to make a cloud-like smoke kind of fog, and it will keep going.
I love this. This is insane.
It's so much fun, and the kids really enjoy doing stuff like this inside of different types of classes that we provide.
And this is just a small taste of what we do in Mad Science. This is just one of our very entertaining demos, but we have tons more that we do, and this is just a big hit. So we always love to bring this out at birthday parties and even during after-school programs.
I can't get enough of that thing. That is so cool.
Isn't that
the
great?
bubbleatron will do one more big bubble for you guys. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And one more for you, Jessie. Ready?
Oh,
1, 2, 3.
please. Thank you, my dear.
One more for me over here too. But basically, what we're going to do is this is what we call the big burp, because right here, this bucket is just filled with hot water. And in Mad Science, we always have a saying, if we can do it bigger, it's better. So what we're going to do is we're going to take all the rest of our dry ice that we brought with us today, and we are going to do a countdown from the number 5 to the number 1, and then scream Mad Science after we say number 1. And we're going to start a huge flow of sublimation and fog coming out of it. You guys ready?
Yes.
Right,
Ready?
let's do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Mad Science! And it will start
As
to
you
make
can see.
a huge cloud of
Gosh,
sublimation.
this is insane. I love this. This is all done with dry ice.
Yep, all done.
All the different things you can do with dry ice. I love it.
And it makes so much fun for people to learn about it too, because
Yeah.
it's so hands-on, and you can play with it and blow into it, and it just floats all around.
And what our viewers might not be able to see is that this is actually going all over the studio floor, and it really covers, and it's great at birthday parties and other events because it just makes a foggy wonderland, and the kids just have a blast. with
And
it,
you
so-
can do this all with Mad Science.
Yes,
absolutely.
everything.
And what is the website?
madscience.org/Westchester.
That's excellent. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you
thank
for having
you.
us.
Thank
Oh,
you
it's
a
my
lot.
pleasure. I love it. I can't get enough of this. I'm going to take this home with me.
Hey, feel free.
I did a little science of my own, a little paleontology. Check me out at Dino Dig.